Sarah Chen sits at her kitchen table on a Tuesday night, laptop open, coffee cold. She's 37, makes $85,000 a year as a marketing manager, and she's staring at her retirement account like it just insulted her family.
8 years of contributing. 8 years of remembering to transfer money every month. And somehow, she's still behind. Her co-worker mentioned his account yesterday, same age, similar salary, and he's got nearly double what she has. Sarah closes the laptop. Something isn't adding up. Here's what Sarah's been doing.
Every month, she gets paid. She pays her bills. She buys groceries.
Maybe grabs dinner out twice. And then, if she remembers, if there's money left over, if Mercury isn't in retrograde, she logs into her investment app and transfers whatever feels reasonable into her retirement account. Some months it's $500. Some months it's $50. Last December? $0. She forgot. Life happened. This is how most people save. Manually. Inconsistently. Hoping discipline will be enough.
Marcus is the co-worker with double the savings.
Same company, same pay grade, same 8 years.
But when Sarah finally asks him how he does it over lunch, his answer makes her want to throw her salad across the cafeteria.
He says, and I quote, "I don't do anything.
Set it up once in 2016, haven't touched it since."
Marcus isn't smarter. He isn't more disciplined.
He doesn't have a secret stock tip or a rich uncle.
What Marcus has is a system.
And that system runs whether he's paying attention or not.
This is the secret wealthy people figured out decades ago. They don't rely on willpower. They don't trust their future selves to make good decisions when Netflix is autoplaying the next episode and that new restaurant just opened downtown. They automate. Not just retirement, everything. The moment money hits their account, the system moves it. Retirement, investments, emergency fund, all of it. Before they can spend it.
Before they can forget it. Before they can rationalize why this month is different.
Automation removes the human from the equation. And humans, let's be honest, are terrible with money. We've been sold a lie. The financial industry loves to talk about discipline. Budget better. Track your spending. Have more willpower.
But here's the truth, relying on discipline is a losing strategy.
Discipline is a finite resource.
You use it up deciding what to eat for breakfast, whether to go to the gym, if you should respond to that annoying email. By the time you're deciding whether to move money into retirement, you're running on fumes.
The rich know this. So they set up systems that don't require discipline. They automate the good behavior, then live their lives. 3 days after the lunch with Marcus, Sarah opens her laptop again.
But this time, she's not checking her balance. She's in her company's benefits portal, staring at a page she's ignored for 8 years.
The automatic contribution section.
She's been contributing 4% of her salary because that's what she manually set up once. Her company matches up to 6%. That means for 8 years, she's been leaving 2% on the table. Free money. Just sitting there. Waiting for her to pick it up. She changes the number to 6% and clicks save. 5 minutes. 8 years of lost returns.
Let's do the math Sarah should have done in 2016. On an $85,000 salary, that missing 2% is $1,700 a year.
But it's not just $1,700, it's $1,700 plus the company match, plus investment returns, compounded over 8 years.
With a conservative 7% annual return, that's roughly $18,000 she didn't have. $18,000. For not clicking a button. This is what automation protects you from. Not dramatic mistakes. Small, invisible ones that cost you decades of growth. The kind you don't notice until it's too late.
Marcus explains his system over another lunch, this time with napkin diagrams.
Layer 1, maximize the company match.
That's the foundation.
Free money, highest return you'll ever get. Layer 2, max out your contributions to get the tax advantage.
For most people, that's $19,000 a year in a 401k, though it changes.
Layer 3, automate additional investments into a regular brokerage or IRA. The wealthy don't stop at retirement accounts.
They build multiple automated streams feeding different buckets.
By the time they're thinking about money, it's already been saved and invested. They're just watching it grow. Here's why automation works on a brain level. Your spending adjusts to whatever hits your checking account.
If you get paid $4,000, you find a way to spend close to $4,000. If you get paid $3,000, you adjust.
It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's automatic. So automation flips the script. Instead of saving what's left over after spending, you never see the money at all. It's gone before you check your balance. Your brain adjusts to the lower number. You don't miss money you never had access to. This is behavioral economics. And it's the foundation of every automatic millionaire. Jessica Torres is 31 and makes $60,000 a year as a teacher.
She set up her automation 5 years ago after reading about it on a finance blog she found at 2 a.m. during a stress spiral. 15% of every paycheck, split between her 403b and a Roth IRA, automatically. She's never touched the settings. Today, she's got $73,000 saved. Her sister, who makes more and swears she's good with money, has maybe $12,000 and a lot of regret. Jessica doesn't feel like she's sacrificing. She adjusted. The money left over is hers to spend guilt-free. That's the magic. Automation doesn't feel like deprivation. 2 years into her automation journey, Sarah gets a raise. 10% bump, which is fantastic. Here's where most people mess up. They increased their spending by 10%. Bigger apartment, nicer car, more takeout. The raise disappears into lifestyle. Sarah, now enlightened, does something different. She goes into her benefits portal and increases her retirement contribution by 5% of the raise. She keeps the other 5% for lifestyle upgrades. This is called split the raise, and it's how the wealthy scale their savings without feeling deprived. Every raise, promotion, bonus automation gets a cut first. Then you party with the rest. Okay, automation moves the money. But where does it go? This is where Sarah almost got paralyzed again. Target date funds, index funds, ETFs, individual stocks, bonds, it's alphabet soup designed to confuse you. Marcus keeps it simple. His automation feeds into a target date retirement fund. That's it. One fund that automatically adjusts from aggressive to conservative as he gets older. No rebalancing. No stock picking. No watching CNBC and panicking. The fund does everything. For people who want slightly more control, a 3-fund portfolio works. Total stock market, international, bonds. Either way, the key is simple and automatic. Complexity kills momentum. March 2020. The pandemic hits. Markets crater. Sarah watches her retirement account drop 23% in 3 weeks. Her instinct screams to stop the automation, to pull everything out, to hide under the bed with cash and a mattress. But Marcus, over a Zoom happy hour, tells her the secret. Keep it running. When markets crash, automation becomes a buying machine. You're getting shares on sale. Every automatic contribution is purchasing at a discount. By the time markets recovered 18 months later, Sarah's steady contributions during the dip had massively outperformed if she'd stopped. Automation saved her from her own panic. That's the real superpower. Let's talk about that company match again because people are leaving billions on the table. If your employer matches 50 cents on every dollar up to 6%, and you contribute 6% of a $70,000 salary, That's 4,200 you put in and 2,100 they add.
That 2,100 is an instant 50% return. Show me any other investment that guarantees 50% immediate returns. You can't. It doesn't exist.
Not contributing enough to get the full match is like telling your boss you don't want half your bonus.
Automate to the match minimum. This is non-negotiable. This is foundational. This is the wealthy person's first rule.
Before Sarah went all in on retirement automation, Marcus told her something crucial.
Build a small emergency fund first.
Not a massive one, just $1,000 or $2,000.
Because here's what happens without it. You automate your retirement.
Then your car breaks down.
You don't have cash. So you pull from retirement, pay penalties and taxes, and destroy the whole system. The emergency fund is the buffer that protects your automation. Once it's there, you can set up automatic contributions to retirement without fear.
You're covered for life's surprises. Then the retirement machine runs uninterrupted. Small fund, massive protection.
Automate that too. Year 3 of automation, Sarah adds a new layer. She opens a Roth IRA and sets up a $100 automatic monthly transfer. Roth accounts are magical.
You contribute after-tax money now, but all the growth and withdrawals in retirement are tax-free.
Tax-free.
If you're young or in a lower tax bracket, this is pure gold.
Sarah's $100 a month doesn't feel like much.
But at 7% growth over 30 years, that's $122,000.
Tax-free.
The automation means she never decides whether to contribute.
It just flows. Every month.
While she's binging shows or on vacation or literally sleeping. The system works when she doesn't.
Here's an advanced move the wealthy use. Automatic contribution escalation. Most 401k plans let you set this up.
Every year, your contribution percentage increases by 1% automatically.
You start at 6%. Next January, it's 7%. Then 8%. You barely notice because raises typically cover it.
But over a decade, you've gone from 6% to 16% without a single decision. This is how millionaires are made from middle-class salaries. Not through huge sacrifices or lottery wins.
Through small, automatic increases that compound over decades.
The system does the heavy lifting.
You just don't interfere. Sarah set hers to increase 1% every year. She'll never think about it again.
David runs a small freelance design business on the side.
Makes about $12,000 extra a year. For 3 years, he spent every penny on fun stuff and occasional emergencies. Then he learned about automation and opened a solo 401k for his side business.
Now, 20% of every client payment automatically goes into that solo account before hitting his checking. His side hustle retirement account has grown to $38,000. His main job feeds his regular 401k.
He's building wealth on 2 tracks, both automated. The wealthy don't have one income stream funding one retirement account.
They have multiple streams feeding multiple buckets.
All automatic. All growing. All the time. Sarah had a question for Marcus. What about debt? She's got student loans and a car payment. Should she pause retirement to attack those first?
Marcus explains the math. If your debt is high interest, credit cards above 7 or 8%, knock that out first.
But low interest debt, like a 4% student loan? Keep paying the minimum and automate retirement simultaneously.
Because your investments will likely return 7 to 10%, meaning you're earning more than you're paying in interest.
The wealthy don't see it as either or.
They automate minimum debt payments and retirement contributions at the same time.
Parallel paths. Both moving forward. Math over emotion. Technology has made this easier than ever. Apps like Acorns, Betterment, and Wealthfront let you automate investments with scary precision.
Round up every purchase to the nearest dollar and invest the change.
Automatically transfer a percentage of every deposit. Rebalance portfolios without you lifting a finger. Sarah uses one that connects to her checking account.
Every time she gets paid, the app moves 15% to investments before she sees it.
The app handles everything: allocations, rebalancing, tax optimization. She checks it maybe once a quarter. It's not exciting. It's not sexy. It's just steadily, boringly making her wealthy.
And boring, in finance, is beautiful.
4 years into her automation journey, Sarah checks her retirement balance on a random Thursday.
She's broken $100,000. She stares at the screen, trying to remember making active decisions that led here.
She can't.
She set up the system, tweaked it twice, and then basically forgot about it.
That's the moment it clicks.
Wealth isn't built through constant attention and daily decisions.
It's built through good systems running in the background while you live your life. The wealthy aren't thinking about money every day.
They thought about it once, built the automation, and moved on to things they actually care about.
The system is the secret. Not intelligence. Not willpower. The system. Sarah's friend Emma makes $110,000 a year. $25,000 more than Sarah. Emma's retirement account has $62,000. Sarah's has $103,000. How is that possible? Emma saves when she remembers.
She invests windfalls when they come. She's smart, capable, and absolutely terrible at consistency.
Sarah, with her lower income but automated system, is destroying Emma's manual approach. This illustrates the brutal truth: systems beat salary. Automation beats intelligence. Consistency beats intensity. Emma might have a huge savings month twice a year.
Sarah has a moderate savings month 12 times a year, compounding quietly. Guess who retires earlier?
Guess who sleeps better?
When Sarah started dating Jake, the money conversation came up fast. She showed him her automated system. Jake was doing the manual thing, saving occasionally, mostly just letting money pile up and checking.
Within 2 months of moving in together, they built a joint automation system. Household bills autopay from a joint account. Each keeps personal accounts with their own automated retirement contributions.
They added a joint investment account that pulls $300 a month automatically for future house down payment.
No arguments about money. No forgetting. No resentment about who's saving more.
The system removed the emotional charge.
Their relationship got easier because money became automatic. The wealthy do this.
They systematize household finances.
Then they talk about literally anything else. Sarah's niece Mia just turned 22 and landed her first real job. Sarah sits her down with coffee and a laptop. They spend 90 minutes setting up Mia's entire automated financial life. Company 401k to the match. Roth IRA with automatic monthly contributions. High-yield savings account for emergencies with auto-transfers. Bill autopay.
Mia will start her career with the system Sarah took a decade to build.
If Mia never touches it, she'll retire a multi-millionaire on a modest salary. This is generational wealth, not inherited money, but inherited knowledge. The wealthy teach their kids systems. Everyone else teaches their kids to work hard and hope. Sarah just gave Mia 40 years of compound growth. Best gift possible. Sarah's new obsession is her freedom number.
That's the amount she needs invested to retire comfortably. Using the 4% rule, withdraw 4% annually without running out, she needs about $1.2 million to generate $48,000 a year.
Sounds impossible. But her automated system, with current contributions and escalations, will get her there by 63.
If she bumps contributions after her next raise, 59.
Every increase to the automation shaves years off her working life. The wealthy think in freedom numbers. They reverse engineer their automation to hit that target by a specific age.
Then they build the system to make it inevitable.
Sarah's not hoping to retire. She's automated it. Once a year, Sarah spends 1 hour doing an automation audit.
She checks that all transfers are still running. Verifies her contribution percentages.
Looks at whether her investments need adjusting, though usually they don't.
Confirms her emergency fund is topped off.
That's it. 1 hour annually.
Compare that to friends who spend hours every month manually moving money, checking budgets, guilting themselves about spending.
Sarah's system requires 60 minutes a year. The rest of the time, it runs. This is time arbitrage. She's bought back hundreds of hours by automating. And what does she do with that time? Literally anything else. Because money, when automated, becomes boring. And boring money equals freedom. Sarah gets a year-end bonus.
$4,000 hits her account in December. Old Sarah would have blown it on a vacation or new couch, then felt guilty.
New Sarah has a pre-decided bonus automation rule.
50% to retirement, 25% to emergency fund top-off, 25% to fun.
She doesn't decide in the moment. The rule decides for her.
$2,000 instantly transfers to her Roth IRA.
$1,000 to savings. $1,000 she spends guilt-free on a weekend trip. The wealthy automate their windfalls too. Tax refunds, bonuses, gifts, there's a predetermined split. No decision fatigue. No guilt. No regret. The system handles it.
Then you enjoy your cut without second guessing.
Here's something the financial services industry doesn't want you to know. They make money when you're confused and active. Trading fees, management fees, commissions on products you don't need.
Automation kills their business model.
A target date fund with automatic contributions? That's like $8 a year in fees. A financial advisor actively managing your account?
That's 1% of your balance annually on $100,000, that's $1,000 a year.
The wealthy use advisors for complex estate planning and tax optimization. For regular retirement saving? They automate into low-cost index funds and ignore the noise. The industry pushes complexity. Smart money chooses simplicity.
Because simplicity compounds.
Complexity costs. Sarah's friends pressure her to go on an expensive girls' trip. $3,000 for a week in Tulum. Old Sarah would have either gone and stressed about money or declined and felt left out. New Sarah checks her automated fund, a separate account she auto-transfers $50 into monthly specifically for trips and splurges. She's got $800 saved. Not enough.
So she says, not this trip, but I'm in for the next one.
My fund will be ready by summer. Her friends think she's being weird about money. Sarah knows she's being smart. The wealthy separate wants from the system.
The system funds long-term security.
Everything else is gravy. No FOMO. No debt. No regret.
Year 5, Sarah's company restructures.
Her department gets cut. She's got 3 months severance and a job market that's brutal. Here's where her automation saves her in a different way.
She's got $18,000 in her emergency fund from years of automatic contributions.
Her retirement accounts have enough that she could withdraw if absolutely necessary, though she won't.
The buffer gives her time to find the right job, not just any job.
She doesn't panic accept a pay cut.
2 months later, she lands a better role with a $10,000 salary bump.
The automation didn't just build wealth. It built options.
And options, when life goes sideways, are priceless.
The wealthy automate resilience, not just retirement. Sarah's dad is 58 and panicking about retirement. He thinks it's too late. Sarah shows him the catch-up contributions rule.
Once you hit 50, the IRS lets you contribute an extra $7,000 to your 401k annually. Her dad's company matches.
She helps him set up maximum automation, regular contribution plus catch-up, both pulling automatically from every paycheck.
In 7 years before retirement, with aggressive automated contributions and compound growth, he builds a $250,000 cushion.
It's not too late. It's never too late to automate.
Late starters who automate beat early starters who don't.
The system erases lost time through consistency. You can't change the past, but you can automate the future starting today. Sarah drives a 7-year-old Honda. Lives in a modest apartment. Buys clothes on sale. To outsiders, she looks financially average.
Her college roommate Brittany drives a new BMW, lives in a luxury high-rise, wears designer everything. Brittany's retirement account has $14,000.
Sarah's has $157,000. Brittany looks rich. Sarah is becoming rich. This is the invisible wealth paradox. The people who look wealthy often aren't. They're spending everything on the appearance. The people who are building real wealth look boring. Because they automated their savings, then spent what's left without guilt.
The wealthy know the difference between looking rich and being rich.
Automation makes you the second one. Quietly. Inevitably.
Sarah plugs her numbers into a retirement calculator.
Current balance, monthly contributions, expected returns, years until retirement. The projection shoots up exponentially on the graph.
By 65, if she changes nothing, she'll have $2.3 million. If she follows her escalation plan and contributes the annual increases, $3.1 million. She stares at that number.
$3 million from automatic transfers she barely notices. This is the power of compound interest married to automation.
Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world.
But compound interest without consistency is just math.
Automation is what transforms the math into millions.
The graph doesn't lie. The system works. Sarah screenshots it. This is her future, already in motion. The biggest change isn't Sarah's account balance. It's her brain.
She used to stress about money constantly.
Am I saving enough? Should I invest more? What if the market crashes? What if I forget? Now she thinks about money maybe once a month, during her quick balance check. The automation removed the anxiety. The system is running. She trusts it.
This mental freedom is what the wealthy have that everyone else doesn't.
It's not more money in the bank, though that helps. It's the peace of knowing the system is handling it. Your financial life is on autopilot.
You're free to focus on work you love, people you care about, experiences that matter.
Automation isn't just a money strategy. It's a life strategy.
If you're starting today, here's your 90-day roadmap.
Week 1, set up your 401k automation to capture the full company match. Week 2, build a $1,000 emergency buffer. Week 4, open a Roth IRA with automatic monthly contributions. Week 8, set up automatic escalation, increasing contributions 1% each year. Week 12, automate your bills so nothing bounces while you're building wealth. That's it. 3 months to build a system that will make you a millionaire over decades. The wealthy didn't start with millions.
They started with systems.
You're not behind. You're just getting started.
And starting with automation means you're already ahead of most people who will manually save for 40 years and end up with nothing. Sarah's on her couch 7 years after that first conversation with Marcus.
She's got over $200,000 in retirement accounts.
She's on track to retire comfortably by 60.
She barely thinks about money anymore. The system runs. Here's the final truth: the wealthy don't have secret investments you can't access. They don't have insider information.
They don't have magical discipline or superhuman willpower.
What they have is automation. They set up systems that remove human error, emotion, and inconsistency. They made good financial behavior automatic, then got out of the way. You can do this. Today. Right now.
Not tomorrow when you earn more or next month when things calm down.
The best time to automate was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Build the system. Trust the system. Let it run. Your future self is watching. Make them proud. Close this video. Open your benefits portal or banking app. Find the retirement contribution setting. Increase it by 1%. Just one. That's your first automation. It'll take 5 minutes.
Next, set a calendar reminder for 3 months from now to increase it another %.
That's your escalation. 2 actions, 10 minutes total, compound into hundreds of thousands over your lifetime. Don't research more. Don't watch 10 more videos. Don't wait for perfect knowledge. The wealthy know that imperfect action today beats perfect planning tomorrow. Your retirement isn't built by knowing. It's built by doing. And specifically, by setting up systems that do it for you. Forever. Automatically. Go. Now. Your future is waiting.